Guess who's back? School is back. What's up guys, Sam here and welcome back to Samcraft. That's right, we are right on the cusp, right on the edge of back to school season. So now is the perfect time for me to make this video for you guys. This is Sam's top 5 items you can laser engrave, sell, and market to your customers to make some money on the back to school shopping frenzy. Now this list is only going to be my top 5 that honestly I could come up with off the top of my head, but I'm interested to know, what are your top 5? What would you say are the top 5 things that you can engrave and sell? Leave me a comment down below. And even more useful and valuable is you as a viewer also check out other comments down below. Talk about a great opportunity for a meeting of the minds around one subject to get some great ideas. So I'm interested to see your comments. I will read them all and I'll check them out down below. This video is going to be featuring the XTOOL F1 Ultra, but is not a tutorial hold your hand video. The goal of this is to be a high level, universally applicable video of items you can engrave and sell no matter what machine you have. That being said, throughout this video you'll see me use some jigs and fixtures on the machine. I'm going to be using my F1 sized jigs and fixtures on my F1 Ultra, just because ease of use, nice and easy and simple to keep things low key, and also because I'm doing very low numbers of items. Most of these things I'm just doing one of, so it made sense. But if you're in the market for jigs, but you want to scale them up to the F1 Ultra, I got you hooked up. Even though it's crooked, this is the pencil jig, a little size comparison, F1, F1 Ultra. There are links to that down below. These are jigs that I make myself personally here in my shop. They are designed to help you as a fellow business owner be more productive, get more bang for your labor and time buck, and just make more money for your business. Item number 1 on this list is probably the same item that you yourself thought of, either when you saw the thumbnail, the title, or just heard the term engraved pencils. That's it. So pencils are super popular. They are something that is popular not only with students, but also with teachers and organizations as well. The pencils I like to use will be linked down below. These are made in the USA. They are made from sustainably harvested wood and are a natural, unfinished, pure wood product. I like them because they are wooden and they engrave wonderfully. They also have that great pencil smell, and without the paints and other coatings on it, are a piece of cake to engrave and don't put off any kind of noxious fumes or chemicals. But that being said, with proper fume ventilation and extraction systems, you're fine to engrave whatever you want to. And colored pencils are also equally as popular. I just am, I don't know, a sucker for the natural wooden look, I guess. As far as engraving your pencils, that's going to depend upon your machine and the pencil itself. So it's definitely one of those things where get a bunch, get ones that you want to experiment with, but be picky on your brand, because my brand pencil versus your brand may react differently in your laser. In my case, what I decided to do was be super creative and original. On one side of the pencil, I put my Samcraft website URL, and on the other, I put the Samcraft brand. Again, I don't think I get points for originality on design, but this is also one of those things where, okay, me as a business owner, super easy, cheap to give out. Put them in your orders. Throw them, I don't know, at parades or whatever, which, speaking of, local parades are a wonderful untapped resource for small businesses. Basically, the world's your oyster, and a lot of times the customer is going to dictate what they want on it, which will help you get over any kind of design or creativity hurdles. In my example and footage you're seeing here, I'm using my F1 template, which holds 10 pencils, but with the F1 Ultra, if I had a true bulk order, I would be loading up this guy, the F1 Ultra pencil jig. This will hold 20 at once, which is great, especially because most of the time you're going to be doing someone's name or a phrase or a logo over and over and over, and so the more you can fit on your machine per job, the more efficient you are overall. Going a little bit beyond just the content of, hey, we engraved pencils, whoop-de-doo, let's talk about product presentation and packaging. I have these jewelry boxes. I think they're actually designed for bracelets. They are a plain craft cardboard material. They come with the little squishy foam paddings inside, and honestly, these are great for doing a little bit of, well, beating the pants off your competition and giving yourself a super nice product presentation in the end, and allowing you to value add what essentially is a cheaper product, to sell it for a higher price point, and give yourself the correlation with your customers. Wow, that guy's quality. Other people had pencils. He had pencils, yes, but his came in a nice box. Bonus points for engraving the actual box itself, which with most diode lasers can be done. You just want to be careful. Definitely do some tests on your material. Go fast and low power so you don't burn it. But talk about super special when they order a pencil and then they're surprised with an actual box. Back to school item number 2 will have you ruling the market. Wooden rulers. Check this guy out. This particular one is sold from an online laser supplier called Johnson Plastics Plus. There'll be a link to this one down below. I like them because they are a well-established business. They're not just a random seller on Amazon or eBay, and I know that if I point you to this product, it should still be there. This ruler honestly is also a lot higher quality than I was first expecting, especially for the price point. It is pre-finished. It is nice, smooth wood. The markings and everything are exactly right, and it is great. Also, being solid wood, this guy engraves like a dream. You're definitely going to want to play around with your settings to find the right ones, but that's the name of the game for everything in the world of lasers. But the engraving quality of this, even with that pre-finished, whatever finish they put on it, I'm not sure, to be truthful, it came out great. So this would be great to sell not only for some person, you know, put their name on their objects, but talk about the teachers. You know, maybe a teacher, honestly a lot of teachers have to buy their own supplies. They could keep track of their rulers. The same thing would apply to any kind of clubs or organizations, maybe a math club or some other academic club or scholarship program. I don't know, guys. The world is your oyster on this, so think outside the box again, not just in the realm of someone's name, but also a business or organization could have you outpacing your competition as well. Number 3 on Sam's list are patches, because honestly, you could use some stinking patches. This is a little example of the application I'm talking about. While this is not a backpack, this happens to be a pen or pencil case itself. The application and the, well, okay, application, both how it applies to the project and how you put it on, would be fantastic for backpacks, storage bags, any kind of sports bags, or anything of the sort. So this is a self-adhesive heat-pressed patch sold from JDS Industries. This one happens to be the hexagon patch, which I like because it is fairly unique and it kind of gives a nice look, especially when coupled with this honeybee style design. They engrave super quick, super easy. You do not need a high power machine for these kind of patches. In fact, your problems will be when you go too hot or too slow with these guys. So any machine out there will rock it when it comes to these laserable leatherette patches. Obviously with this idea, you could go with something such as this little pen or pencil holder that I have, but also backpacks, sports bags, jackets, hats, I don't know. Anything you can think of that a patch could go on, that you could either put a design on, a team, someone's name, someone's sports number, jersey number, that kind of thing, school, organization, anything at all. You can definitely take something that honestly is most commonly advertised as a hat patch and apply it in a different setting to immediately double dip the chip of the one blank product in your shop and sell to multiple audiences, which is awesome. Number 4 on Sam's list is also a little bit thinking outside of the box and applying products that are most commonly marketed towards a different set of customers to ones with a school theme in mind. That would be metal luggage tags. So I have one here that says it's all just theory. So that relates to band. So someone who maybe has an instrument case and you want to put a durable tag on there so their name and numbers on that expensive school instrument, in case it gets lost, it can get found. I might be talking from experience when I was in school, but this could be one that applies that not only has a music kind of theme and style to it, but then also the person's name and contact number on the back. Bonus points to whoever knows who this is. Bonus points also if you just Google it like I did and find out below. The same thing could apply to any kind of club or any kind of personal interest of the person. This one is, of course, science-based, and we have John Dalton there. I think he's the person who discovered the atom. So this is another example of something that could be attached to a backpack, could be, I don't know, stuck in a locker or whatever. The person who purchases your item may have a use or an idea for it that goes beyond what you would think. So don't limit yourself to saying, well, it's a luggage tag. I guess I can only think of people going on vacation. Because honestly, this is a durable aluminum tag that has a hole through it to mount and be hung for something. So honestly, there's a lot of ideas with that too. These guys being the larger luggage tags is one thing, but we also have these small ones here. These I got super creative and with, right? And just did the Samcraft logos. So this is actually done with a diode laser. So anodized aluminum works great with diode lasers. You don't have to have an IR laser or a fiber laser. So between the diode and the infrared, you get very similar results, but you've got to dial in your settings. So take a look at this one. This was done with a diode laser, and honestly that looks really good to me. It gives nice, good results, a good pop of clarity. But if we flip it over to the infrared laser, it doesn't look that good. That's because I was going too slow and basically cooking the aluminum too much. Once I got the settings dialed in better, I then ran this with the infrared laser, and that came out much, much better. Even with the font being more of a script or sketching style font, it did great. Another thing to note about diode versus infrared, infrareds run a lot faster with metal objects, so you run less of a chance of heating up your blank too much, heating up your laser jigs or anything else, and causing warping issues with that. So anytime you have the opportunity, if you have a laser that is infrared and also diode, such as the XTOOL F1 series, definitely go with the infrared with metal objects. It'll be faster, it'll turn out better, and it will be cooler. Literally cooler in the end. Number 5 on the list is a 2-for-1, but honestly I didn't know if either one of these would work out, so this is a great example of test around and find out. So I have here a successful engraving of a pencil eraser or a rubber eraser. This was done with the infrared laser, so the diode did not really react with this particular laser and color, but it turned out great with the infrared. And then the one that was really just a roll of the dice, this guy, a notebook. A standard plastic notebook, did engrave quite well with the infrared, but it did take a couple of passes, at least at the speed and power that I was running at. Again, best case scenario, run a test grid, but Sam is definitely not practicing what he preaches as far as test out and figure out, and I'm kind of just shooting from the hip. So these two items are definitely ones that I think you're going to need an infrared or a fiber laser for. They turned out great, and it's just another example of go to the store, go through that back to school section right now that is going super great deals and on clearance, and pick up anything and test it around. You might be surprised in the end. There you have it, guys. Sam's top 5 back to school items. Wait a second. I totally forgot about the pin. Okay, number 6 is going to be pins. I didn't think about it while I had it on my list here. So I'll roll some footage. I did use my pin jig on the laser and engraved a standard office pin. Now this is one that I did purchase from Johnson Plastics Plus, so it is a laserable pin, but the same concept may apply to random things from the store. You'll just have to go buy a few and test them out. So this is, of course, the Samcraft brand on a pin, so nothing exciting, but it does at least show that pencils are one item and so are pins. So there you go, Sam's top 6 back to school items to laser engrave and sell. How does my list match up with yours? Are we the same exactly? Did I have some things you didn't have? Do you have things that I didn't have? In the comments down below is where we can check it out, converse, and learn from each other. And honestly, it's probably the more valuable aspect of the video. You not only get my opinion, but you get all the opinion of everyone else who are probably also doing this for a business, and that is just invaluable. So hopefully you guys appreciated and enjoyed the video. If you got any questions or comments, you know what to do. Also, if you're interested in getting any kind of laser jigs, I sell them for the XTOOL F1, the F1 Ultra, but very soon we'll also be launching them for various other laser manufacturers such as ComMarker, Mactron, who else am I forgetting? Monport, and several others. My personal goal is also to continue and expand on this aspect of the Samcraft motto, which is helping small businesses since 2018. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching as always. Take care, and I'll see you guys next time in the workshop.